Have you noticed how, as the years go by, some simple things your body used to do effortlessly now require more effort? Maybe you've felt your energy levels dropping, certain physical responses not being the same as before, or even that sense of vitality in your more intimate areas just disappearing. This is more common than you might think. And you know what's worse? Many people suffer in silence, believing it's just a natural, inevitable part of aging, when in fact, there are simple and natural ways to improve this. But tell me, have you ever stopped to think about your circulation? And I'm not just talking about your heart or your legs, that more peripheral circulation, the one that directly affects sensitivity, intimate performance, and even your zest for life. That's right, intimate circulation is one of those body functions we only remember exists when it starts to fail. And what if I told you the problem often starts in the very first hours of your day? Yes, really. Breakfast, which should be your body's fuel for the day, may actually be one of the biggest saboteurs of your circulatory health. Do you often skip breakfast? Or grab those quick choices, packed with sugar and poor in nutrients? If the answer is yes, you could be making the problem worse without even realizing it. I know, no one likes to admit when something isn't working right, especially when it comes to this kind of topic. But let me be clear, what's happening to you is not a personal failure. It's biology. After 60, both men and women naturally experience a drop in circulation efficiency. The arteries lose elasticity, blood flow slows down, and nutrient delivery to tissues, especially the intimate ones, drops significantly. It's like your body's internal plumbing system starts to clog up little by little. And the worst part? It doesn't happen overnight. It's gradual, silent, until one day you realize you're no longer waking up with that same morning vitality. Or that certain moments that used to be pleasurable now feel dull, distant, almost numb. Have you felt something like that? And this isn't just about intimacy or performance, okay? Poor circulation in these regions can also affect your mood, your self-confidence, and even your relationship with your partner. Many couples drift apart emotionally because of this, and they don't even realize the root cause is physiological and reversible. So let's get something straight here. What you're going through is common, but it doesn't have to be permanent. Science today already knows that small lifestyle changes, especially in your diet, can bring surprising improvements to blood flow, even down there. And the best part? We're not talking about expensive medications or miraculous solutions. We're talking about food, real, accessible food. You might be wondering, Doctor, what kind of food can really help with this? Great question. In a moment, I'll explain exactly which nutrients your body needs most after 60 to restore proper circulation. I'll also reveal the 3 best morning foods to activate blood flow in your intimate regions. But first, we need to understand why circulation gets worse with age in the first place. Imagine your blood vessels as flexible, elastic tubes when you're younger. Blood flows easily, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every corner of your body. But as the years pass, these vessels start to stiffen. The production of nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and allows better blood flow, drops significantly. This natural decline affects both large and small arteries, but especially the microcirculation that feeds sensitive areas. And here's where the big problem starts. Without enough nitric oxide, your blood vessels can't dilate properly. The result? Less blood reaches the extremities, less oxygen, fewer nutrients, and more difficulties when it comes to physical responses and sensitivity. Have you noticed your hands and feet getting colder more often? Or that it takes longer to warm up during intimate moments? That's no coincidence. But let me tell you something important. This isn't just an inevitable part of aging. It's a signal from your body that it needs help. And guess what? Nature offers incredible tools to boost your circulation, starting with your breakfast plate. The right foods, rich in certain vitamins, minerals, and natural compounds, can dramatically increase nitric oxide production and improve vascular health. Now you might be thinking, Doctor, what exactly does my body need to produce more nitric oxide and get my blood flowing again? Excellent question. The answer starts with three key nutrients: nitrates, L-arginine, and antioxidants. Each plays a fundamental role in helping your arteries relax and improving the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to your tissues. Let's break it down. Nitrates are naturally found in some vegetables, and once inside your body, they're converted into nitric oxide. L-arginine is an amino acid that serves as a raw material for nitric oxide production. And antioxidants? They protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress, which tends to increase with age and damages the delicate lining of your arteries. So when you combine foods rich in these three nutrients, especially first thing in the morning, you create the perfect internal environment for better blood flow. Not just to your heart and brain, but also to your intimate areas. That's why what you eat for breakfast matters so much. But here's something most people get wrong. Many seniors start their day with highly processed foods: white bread, sugary cereals, sweet coffee drinks, or even skipping breakfast altogether. These choices spike your blood sugar, trigger inflammation, and worsen endothelial function, which is the fancy medical term for how well your blood vessels dilate and contract. Have you been doing that without realizing? And to make matters worse, when you start your day with these empty calorie options, your body misses the opportunity for a natural nitric oxide boost right when you need it most. This is especially critical after the age of 60, when your body already struggles to produce enough of this vital molecule on its own. I want you to imagine this. What if, instead of starting your day with sugar and processed carbs, you gave your body a targeted, circulation-friendly breakfast? One that not only supports your heart health, but also revives that intimate vitality that may have been fading away? Wouldn't it be worth trying? In just a minute, I'll reveal the 3 best foods you can add to your breakfast to make this happen. But before that, let me quickly share some data that shows why this topic is more urgent than most people realize. Did you know that studies estimate up to 50% of men and women over 60 experience some degree of decreased intimate circulation? That's half the population at this age. And sadly, most of them don't seek help. They normalize the issue, they hide it, or worse, they resort to quick-fix pills without addressing the root cause: poor vascular health and low nitric oxide production. But the good news is, you don't have to go down that path. There's a much safer and more natural way. So let's get to what really matters: the 3 best foods to activate your intimate circulation, especially when eaten in the morning. These are simple, affordable ingredients you can easily find at your local market. And they're backed by solid scientific research on their impact on blood flow and nitric oxide production. Are you ready to know what they are? The first one is beetroot. Yes, that humble vegetable that many people ignore at breakfast time. Beets are one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. When you eat them, your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide. Several studies have shown that beetroot can lower blood pressure, improve exercise performance, and most importantly, for today's topic, boost peripheral circulation. How about starting your day with a beet juice or adding cooked beets to your morning salad? The second powerhouse food is citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, and lemons. Why? Because they're packed with vitamin C and antioxidants, both of which help protect and repair your blood vessels. Vitamin C also plays a key role in enhancing nitric oxide bioavailability in your bloodstream. If you like, you can squeeze a fresh orange or lemon into your water, or even make a simple morning smoothie with these fruits. Have you tried that before? And the third champion on this list is nuts, especially walnuts and almonds. They're rich in L-arginine, the amino acid your body uses to produce nitric oxide. On top of that, nuts contain healthy fats that support heart health and reduce inflammation. Just a small handful of unsalted nuts in the morning can make a huge difference over time. Do you usually include nuts in your breakfast? Now imagine this combination: a glass of fresh beet juice, a serving of citrus fruit, and a small portion of walnuts or almonds. Simple, right? But incredibly powerful. When consumed together, these foods create a synergistic effect that supports your blood vessels, improves oxygen delivery, and naturally enhances circulation, even in your most intimate areas. And here's the most exciting part. Many people start noticing improvements in energy, mood, and physical response within just a few weeks. Of course, we're talking about consistent daily habits here. This isn't a one-time magic trick. It's about giving your body the tools it needs every single morning. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you really paid attention to what you eat first thing in the day? If your answer is, I don't remember, or I usually just grab coffee and toast, then you already know where the problem starts. Your body is craving nutrients, but you're giving it empty calories. And I'll be honest with you, continuing like this can lead to worsening circulation problems over time, not just down there, but in your heart, brain, legs, and every part of your body that depends on healthy blood flow. That's why making this small breakfast change is more than just a tip. It's a health strategy. Before we move on, I need to highlight a very common mistake many seniors make when trying to eat healthier, replacing breakfast with just coffee or tea, thinking that skipping food will help with weight or digestion. Please, don't fall into that trap. Without nutrients, your body can't produce the nitric oxide you so desperately need. Let's talk about this mistake a bit more. Starting your day with only coffee or tea, without solid, nutrient-rich food, creates what we call a fasted inflammatory state. Your blood sugar drops, your cortisol, the stress hormone, rises, and your blood vessels constrict instead of dilate. This combination makes your circulation worse. Have you noticed feeling more tired, anxious, or sluggish when you skip breakfast? And even worse, when you finally eat later in the day, your body tends to store more fat and your blood sugar levels spike suddenly. This roller coaster harms your arteries over time and increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and yes, poor intimate performance. The first meal of the day sets the tone for your blood flow for the next 12 to 16 hours. Did you ever imagine it had this much impact? But let me reassure you, changing this habit doesn't have to be complicated. A simple plate with a sliced orange, a small beetroot smoothie, and a handful of walnuts or almonds can already trigger positive changes. If you prefer variety, you can swap the beet for spinach or arugula, both also rich in nitrates. The key here is consistency and color. The more colorful your breakfast, the better for your blood vessels. And speaking of spinach, did you know it's one of the vegetables with the highest nitrate content? Adding a handful of raw spinach leaves to your morning omelet or smoothie is another easy way to boost your nitric oxide production. It's like giving your arteries a natural morning stretch. Have you ever tried starting your day with greens? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Doctor, I'm not used to eating vegetables at breakfast. That's completely understandable. After all, many of us grew up with the idea that breakfast should be just bread, butter, and coffee. But I invite you to break this cycle and start experimenting. Even small adjustments like squeezing lemon into your water or adding berries to your oatmeal can make a difference. Another tip: hydration is crucial for good circulation. After a whole night of sleep, your blood becomes more viscous, thicker, making it harder to flow. Drinking a glass of water with lemon first thing in the morning helps thin the blood slightly and supports better flow. Have you been drinking enough water when you wake up? Let's not forget physical activity. Even a short morning walk or a series of gentle stretches can amplify the benefits of a circulation-friendly breakfast. Movement encourages blood vessels to expand and improves oxygen delivery to your tissues. Could you add 10 minutes of movement to your morning routine? And one more thing, avoid starting your day with highly processed meats like sausages or bacon. These foods contain preservatives and excess sodium that stiffen your arteries and counteract everything we're trying to achieve here. I know they taste good, but when it comes to your health and circulation, they're definitely not your allies. In summary, your morning routine can either help your blood vessels open up and bring life to every corner of your body, or it can constrict them and make the problem worse. The choice is yours, and believe me, your body will thank you for choosing the right path. I've seen this change happen with many of my patients, people who spent years feeling that their body was slowing down, that intimacy was no Longer the same. Who started each day with fatigue and frustration, and after just a few weeks of adjusting their breakfast, began to notice real, tangible improvements. Imagine waking up with more energy, with that sense of vitality returning to your body. Wouldn't that feel amazing? And let me emphasize this again. This isn't about expensive treatments, risky pills, or false promises. It's about nutrition, about giving your body what it's been missing for years. The right nutrients at the right time can awaken parts of you that you thought were gone forever. Have you felt like you've lost a part of yourself lately? Of course, I always remind everyone that each body is unique. Results may vary from person to person, depending on your overall health, lifestyle, and how consistently you apply these changes. But one thing is universal. Without action, nothing changes. If you keep doing the same thing every morning, how can you expect different results? So here's my challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, try this simple routine. Drink a glass of water with lemon right after waking up. Prepare a small portion of beet juice or add spinach to your omelet. Eat an orange or a few slices of grapefruit, and grab a handful of walnuts or almonds. It's a small commitment, but it's a first step towards reclaiming your vitality. And don't stop after just one day. Give yourself at least 3 to 4 weeks. Take note of your energy levels, your mood, your physical responses. You may be surprised at how much your body was simply waiting for the right fuel to get back to work. If you want, take a picture of your breakfast plate. Turn this into a personal project. Share with someone you trust. Sometimes, small changes like this, shared with a partner or a friend, create a support system that keeps you motivated. Have you ever tried turning your health goals into a shared journey? And before I wrap up, one last reminder. If you already have any chronic condition, like diabetes, high blood pressure, or cardiovascular disease, it's always smart to talk to your doctor or nutritionist before making dietary changes. This video is purely educational and doesn't replace a personalized medical evaluation. Deal? Now, take a deep breath. Look at your body with kindness and respect. What you're experiencing today is not a life sentence. It's a signal, a wake-up call, and most importantly, an opportunity. An opportunity to reclaim your circulation, your energy, and yes, So tomorrow morning, choose foods that work for you, not against you. Your arteries, your heart, and even your intimate self will thank you for it. Let's start this change together. Are you ready? And if you found this information helpful, don't forget to share it with someone who might also be going through this. Sometimes a simple video like this can change not just one life, but several.